welcome to Creative Stuff. So I've had plenty of you all ask about male to female voice changers. I've got a lineup of best recommendations for that. First off, so this is called M11, but it's listed generally as a micro voice changer. It's in one of my previous videos.
Okay, I'm at the low end, so I'm a deeper voice woman. Now I'm gonna go up a little bit. I think it has 6 different ranges, and it does pretty well because my voice is pretty deep. So that just gives you an idea. So there's another one, and then there's kind of a mid-range. Okay, that one actually sounds more realistic.
The downer about this one is that it only has an onboard microphone.
So probably what you'll find with many of these is that there is a little bit of electronic sound if you listen close enough. Sometimes you don't even have to listen close.
This is a pretty cool one because it's small, and if you want to stash it in your mask, you can do it. It can be right up next to your cheek. You can pop this thing off. That mic is right there. Or you could solder something on and remote the mic, whatever. Anyway, this has pitch stuff. It's good for a male and female. So this is a good one. It is kind of muffled, however. This is the A9. This one's actually really good.
I'm now on male to female, and this sounds reasonably quality. Now I'm going to cycle through, and I don't remember if I mentioned in my previous stuff. I can alter the pitch by pushing only one button on the bottom. It doesn't allow me to go up or down. It's just you cycle through, and it goes 0 through 10. So here goes. I'm on 0 right now, or maybe it's 1 through 10, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. It almost sounded like that last one went down a little bit.
Check out the description, and I'll have a link there.
This here is the M10 sound card.
Anyway, so now I'm Lolita, and it doesn't seem like there's any other settings, so now to sister. Sister. I'm a sister? Okay, I guess it kind of makes it sound like a slightly electronic female version of me.
模拟模式
So this is the MVAP 82X. It is strictly a male to female voice converter. This was right around $40.
Okay, female voice, female voice. Okay, that one sounds pretty good. Well, okay, yeah, I got a pretty deep voice, so let's see. It's still getting me higher and higher. Okay, now I'm a baby.
Okay, so this is the MC093, and I'm going to...
Here it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get my mouth away from it, and I'm gonna increase the pitch, and you might gradually hear it transitioning here. So I'm getting a little higher. So this sounds realistic. It's a lower version of a female voice, but it doesn't sound bad. It's not all electronic-y. So I'm going up again. Okay. Here it's starting to sound a little nasally. A little less realistic perhaps, but it's actually very smooth compared to the other ones. There's not that electronic twang. So I'm gonna go up again, and here I am again. Oops, I shouldn't put this against anything metal. That really doesn't sound good, but let's go up again. Okay, so here I am, and it's getting a little more munchkin-y, but it's tolerable. It's just a little bit compressed or something, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm up again, and here I'm keeping going, and it's not gotten electronic at all. Now it's not sufficient for sounding like a woman, unless you want to sound like a very, very small one. Okay.
So that's it on that one. Okay, so this is Zoom MultiStomp MS50G. The new version is MS50G Plus, but this is just essentially a attempt to pull off a male-female pitch transition, and I've got a time delay on here, so it's a little easier to separate it from my voice. So here goes.
Here goes.
So this is my voice when I'm
So
talking.
this is my voice when I'm talking.
It's not the greatest transition.
It's not the greatest transition.
Test 1, 2.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah, so I've got this one.
Yeah, so I've got this one.
I can increase the pitch,
I can increase the pitch.
and it just starts to sound a
And it
little more
just
munchkin-y.
starts to sound a little more munchkin-y.
I guess this is tolerable.
I guess this is tolerable.
It does have that
It does
twitch
have
to it.
that twitch to it.
Let me see, so I'm going to turn this one off.
Let me see, so I'm going to turn this one off.
Okay, now we got it straight through. Going to jump over to just general pitch shift and turn this on. Test 1, 2.
Okay, so this is it directly in pitch shift. Okay, now I'm gonna transition my voice here. And now it should be getting a little higher. And so you can kind of hear it here, unfortunately, together with my voice. But I'm doing the best I can here. So now it gets a little higher pitched. And this is probably a little closer to female voice. And let's go up a little more. I think it won't take much more before it starts sounding a little unrealistic. So I guess this is tolerable. It just sounds a little odd. But we'll go one more to see how that sounds. Okay, here we go. Yeah, now it's starting to sound. Okay, that's 1, 2. Alright, we're gonna go 1 higher. Alright, so now we're on 7. Okay, now it's starting to not sound so great. Let's go just a little higher. Okay, I think I sound like a little tiny woman. Okay, we're gonna pitch up a little more. And I'm starting to get very tiny. I think I might be Alice, and I'm in Wonderland, and I ate one of those little breadcrumbs. Yeah.
So that's the Zoom MultiStomp. Is the K9. If you've seen this video, you probably know
This is one of the few that actually include the reverb on your male-female. Something's weird. I still don't really sound like a woman. This sounds fake.
this one's really good. So this is the T3. Very few people actually seem to show much about this. This one just has such a solid feel to it going in the earphones.
So you can already hear it sounds much clearer than this. This one is slightly muffled. This T3, not muffled at all. The one challenge I'll notice with it is that on occasion it'll let my normal voice just slip in there. And it does have a slightly metallic or electronic sound, and you can kind of hear kind of the glitching on occasion. But overall, if you're doing character play and it doesn't need to be perfect, there, my voice just slipped in. But if it doesn't need to be perfect, there it goes again. Whatever. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Anyway, this is pretty cool.
So it's not perfect, but it sounds great. It does kind of have a slight fake sound to it, but the quality, if you can let that slide, other than that, sounds great. So that's the T3, $28 when I bought it. Now with all the tariffs, who knows what it's cost. Well, if it's 150%, then you're looking at 50, 60, $70. Man, that sucks. Go into the headset, and so that's my speaker. That's going into the headset. Now I'm going to steal this microphone, and I'm going into the mic port on the i9. And now we'll do this one.
Low power. Please charge battery.
Ooh,
I better slip in, and this is what the i9 sounds
like before the battery dies. Oh, wow, that was a very quick one.
So you can change this and actually do... Well, that's weird. Right, from here to there, it splits.
Next one up.
This is youth, so at least for me, I have a deeper voice. This one sounds like it might be viable if I was trying to have a female type sound. But you'll notice as I change here, it starts to change me
Back to me.
So here I'm on female, you get an idea of what this sounds like. Here I'm talking, and it's getting higher pitched, and there we go. So, while youth went from high to low, this one goes from low to high, or high to higher, whichever. So this one is viable too, I guess, if you...
You got the idea. Any of these are good. There's going to be some slippage on some of these. This is a little muffled. This one sounds pretty good. I'd say it's near par with this one. I really like the sound of this one, except when it lets your voice slip. Whatever. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is a fallback. Hope it helped. You can give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. Drop a comment if you like. Take care. I'm out.